Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Google Maps Playbook for generator dealers. I'm John Tedesco, owner and CEO of PowerSource Generator Marketing Solutions. And today we're going to talk specifically about getting your business, your home services business is what it really is ranked on the Google Maps local pack, which basically is one of the primary places where you can be when trying to build your lead flow and getting more leads for generator installations or generator service calls, even electrical service calls, things like that. This is a really important aspect. And if you watch some of our webinars every month, last month we did one on Google Ads, and the month before we did a little bit about your website and SEO, and we do one every month. So feel free to join in, and we'll send you emails when things come around. So just want to make sure that you guys are hearing me, seeing me. Just give me something in the comments so I know we're all good. I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at the right chat. Okay. All right. Christian, thank you very much for letting me know. Okay, so I do want to get started. I'm going to show you my screen here. Let me just, one more second. Got that. Good. Okay. Pretty certain you can see my screen. And great. Okay, so when we talk about Google Maps, this is part of our accelerated growth model. Okay, we're always driving leads, maximizing conversions, and optimizing results. Okay, driving leads, we do a little bit of Google SEO. We work with your paid search and work with your database. So part of your SEO is the Google Maps. I'm going to get into a little bit about the difference between ranking on the organic search engine results page and the Google Maps local pack, or the 3-pack is what we call it. And each one of these we drill down into a little bit more finite details, specifically going to be getting into this area here, the organic aspect, and getting prospects reaching your website from SEO or directories, other non-paid sources, non-paid being the key word here. And if you have all of this dialed in on, this is what we call the digital dominance method. If you're dialed in on all 8 of these pieces, okay, the SEO, the PPC, the retargeting, all of these are in the order that are probably the most effective, starting with the SEO, because this is the less expensive, most bang for your buck, so to speak, the less expensive approach to getting leads and building your lead flow and getting generator installations and service calls, generator service calls, things like that, for no cost out of like a PPC campaign, that kind of thing. So what we're going to cover today, going to try to keep this about to a half an hour, about 40 minutes, just so you guys know. We're going to get to the, I've lost my screen. Okay, the latest updates with the Google Map listing. We're going to talk about all the new things that they've changed. I recently had an intensive with other agencies, and we talked specifically about this, about the Google Maps area. So I'm going to take everything that I've learned recently and give that out to you guys, and hopefully it will help you make some changes and really start to dominate your local area for your search terms. I'm also going to cover the 5 biggest issues that could be preventing you from ranking, our proven model for ranking in the 3-pack, and the best tools to systematize and automate the heavy lifting. There are tools out there that can help you build citations and get these links, get everything consistent across the internet. And I'll show you the tools that we use, and I can show you some of the alternatives. So who am I and why you should listen to me? I have 17 years experience in the internet marketing industry. I've been marketing with a generalist agency for the last 15 to 17 years, and now focused on a generator specific marketing agency. I've worked directly with more than 50 generators across the country. I've been working with generator dealers for a decade. I've spoken at mastermind cohort events for successful electrical contractors. Specialized agency for generator dealers, that's us now, it's PowerSource. We're not, I just got a call yesterday about this, and he had asked, are you just like a generalist agency and creating one-off landing pages and all these different niches like HVAC and plumbing and generators? So we don't do that. So we are 100% focused on the generator industry, specifically generators. We are working with clients that are primarily electricians that do a lot of electrical work, but the generators is what our main focus is. And I work closely with a large agency cohort. And each of these agencies, there's about 300 agencies that each have their own niche. So we're always talking, we're always sharing insights, what works, what doesn't work, and that's mostly in the home services area. I have a real team. We are an in-house team. We are a team of 5 to 6 people. We're almost 6 people now. And our mission is to help 100 generator dealers double, if not triple, their revenue. We're full service agency. We have knowledge of all these brands. We have knowledge of the Kohler Co-op, what you can do with that, knowledge of Generac and their power play, as well as the rest of these brands. Starting to learn a little bit more about Champion too. There's a lot going on with batteries. There's some of our clients are even working within heat pumps and mini splits now too. So we're getting into a little bit of everything. Okay, so back to the webinar. Do Google Maps matter? So what I really want to talk about today is, in this beginning part, is I want to try to show you that it really does matter. This is a very big piece. Actually, it's almost half of the piece of where your lead flow should be coming from. Okay, so Moz is a study by Moz called recently took some data. Moz is a company that does analyzation on all these local service companies, where the rankings are coming from, where the leads are coming from, where the clicks coming from. So they do all this tracking. And this area here shows us the top of Google search results. We see this is the local 3-pack, and then this is the organic search engine results. And Moz is telling us now that 71% of all clicks are in this area. Further drilling down further into that, these top 5, these first 5 are 67% of clicks. So this is a very big piece of all of the traffic that's coming in through Google search. And this is just kind of proof to you that you need to be here when people are searching, because 67% of these clicks are here, and not even in the sponsorship. So it would be safe to say that 33% are in the sponsors or even the local service ads. And when we looked even further into the local pack, Moz is now telling us that the local pack itself, we're at 44% of all clicks. So when people are searching on their mobile phones too, primarily what you're seeing coming up is the Google local pack. So 44% of all clicks. If you're not on in this local pack, when people are searching for either generator installation, generator service, electrical panel upgrades, EV chargers, anything that you're doing, then you're probably missing the boat on a lot of potential opportunity to be doing business. So very important to dial this in. It does not cost any money to get yourself ranked in this in the 3-pack. And I'm gonna talk about all the different ways that you can get this set up. So yes, Google Maps does matter, and it's, like I said, very important. You want to focus on this and try to get to all this. So why Maps listings are so important? Okay, so this is one of our clients, Bold Electric, and we have him at the top of the local pack. And basically, I didn't trigger. Okay, basically, we actually have a way of looking at him showing up in this local pack in all these different areas. This is northern New Jersey right here. And this data is actually telling us that he's number 1 in his area, number 2, number 4, number 3. So we can actually see and make sure that he's ranking on the local pack in these areas specifically for these key terms. And one of the other ways that we can track this is by calls. So who is actually calling that phone number that is on the Google Map result or that local pack? Actually, if I go back, you can see there's a phone number in here on the actual map listing. And we're tracking in the first quarter, 152 phone calls and leads come in from January to March, and that's coming from the Google profile. And when we look at the overall dashboard of everything that we're doing for this client, we look at the visitors and the calls and web to lead conversion. We can see that 137 calls and leads come in through the website, 152 come in from Google Maps. This is the primary metric that we're looking at to make sure that we are dialed in 100% on his Google Maps exposure, and make sure that, you know, we're doing a really great job with the Google Maps, because as you can see, we're looking at almost half the phone calls that are coming in are coming in straight through that Google Map local pack ranking. So this is a very important aspect, and it proves to us that Google Maps drives calls, drives leads, and it's just in addition to everything else that we're doing with pay-per-click, with local service ads, with content creation and organic SEO. Google Maps is another very big driver of lead flow. Just if anybody has any questions, just, you know, put it into the chat. I have that open on a separate screen. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know, or if maybe if I'm boring you to death, and let me know that too. Okay, so some of the biggest changes in the Google Maps. So Google Map listing used to be 7 and now it's 3. So there's less of a chance, or maybe not less of a chance, but there's more work to be done in order to get yourself ranked in that local pack. Google is serving paid ads in the map results now too. So you can actually run pay-per-click and get yourself placed into that local service pack. Google Home Services is live in most major markets. So Google's Home Services, which is now called Local Service Ads, this is Google Guarantee. So if your business has full verification, you can get the local service ads. The guarantee symbol or the guarantee badge, I'll get into that. That will also get you into that local pack. This is definitely a big change because those local service ads are getting way up at the top. We'll get into that. And they're also putting those Google Guarantee local service ads into the Google Map. So it is critical to complete that advanced verification process. Having that advanced verification will actually put you at the top of any search results and ranking in and around those areas, and will give you those extra ranking points and help you rank. And I will get further into that. So here's a little bit about the maps and the Google local service ads. Okay, so at the very top of your search result, generator, repair, Westfield, New Jersey, these are the guys that have done that extra verification step to get their Google Guarantee badge and to run local service ads. It's much less expensive than running Google pay-per-click, and will also show up for a lot more relevant terms. And it is only available for home service companies like yourselves. So just to see how it impacts these search results, to give you an idea of, you know, really the 4 different places that you can actually be: the Google local service ads, the Google ads, the Google business profile, which is the local 3-pack, and then Google SEO. So these are 4 different opportunities that you could actually manage and work with your business to make sure that you are in each of these areas. So let's try to dominate the local SERP when people are searching in and around your area for your services. Let's make sure that you're dialed in on each one of these, you know, because 35%, 44%, 47%, all of this, you know, and having the ability to be in all these different areas will give you just that much more lead flow. So, and you can sign up for local services. This is the AdWords link. AdWords local services. So you can click into, I'll actually click this link and paste it into the chat in case you want that. But that is something that it will take you through a personal background check verification. This is a double, triple verification check, but Google wants to make sure that it's a real business owned by real people and managed, and you have an office, and, you know, there's a lot of very specific details that Google needs for that. You know, and like I said, we want to just own the search results. You want to be in the Google local services. You want to be in the map listings. You want to be in the third-party listings, maybe Angie's List or any kind of town-related links back to your site. You know, as you can see, it's like you do a quick search for an electrician in Tallinn, Connecticut, and you get AJP Electric in the local service and the Google Guaranteed. You get him in the local 3-pack, you get him in the search engine, you get him in Angie's List and some local backlinking. So, I mean, you could kind of agree that you would want to agree that if you're in all these different places, you're probably going to get clicked. You're probably going to get called more than your competition. So let's just drive this point home that you really want to be here and need to be here. Google has said, this is something I learned recently at that intensive, that Google has reduced fake Google Map listings by 70% since 2015. So a lot of what used to happen was that maybe some real aggressive agencies have come in to try to help home service companies and say, okay, we need to rank in these other towns, or towns that are maybe 45 minutes to an hour away. So let's create a fake listing in that town that's 45 minutes away, and let's send the postcard to Aunt Sally's house, and we'll get it approved, and this way we can have an office in that location an hour away. Google has really smartened up with that. There was a time with a very small window where that had created a very considerable bump in ranking and really helped out some people that have actually done that. But Google nipped that very quickly and started removing all of those fake addresses, and then started requiring double verification, which might be like a photograph of your office or the sign outside the building. So getting that extra proof to make sure that your physical office has its own Google profile. So some things that could be hurting your ranking today on the maps. You need an office in the city you're targeting, okay, to rank well. And like I said, you can't create a fake office 45 minutes away. Google will require you to submit any kind of verification, and this could really hurt your ranking if you have multiple listings. And there could be multiple listings, and you could there was a time when Google was creating these listings automatically, and if you didn't claim it, but then you created your own, now you could potentially have a double. We're actually finding duplicates kind of just like laying around, and we have to try to get rid of them, so that the companies have only one listing per location. So if you got multiple locations, you should have one Google profile for each of those locations, and you should work them as separates. So very important to have the office in the city you're targeting. So another thing that is safe to say is that you could go and rent an office in that city 45 minutes away, put a sign on that window in that rented office, and then create your Google profile. That's like the legitimate way to do it. I don't know if that juice is worth the squeeze. It's better to just work in your existing profile, work on the content, and show some social proof that you're working out in those areas. Talk about those areas on your website. There's a lot of things you could do to help get yourself ranked in all of these different areas that you want to work outside of where you're currently ranking. So, like I said, just trying to spam Google with fake locations. That's what I was just talking about. And having an inconsistent name, address, phone number profile across the internet. So not just your Google profile, but your Yelp profile, your Facebook profile, any other, even Angie's List, and the list goes on for a whole bunch of these different companies or organizations on the internet that display you as a service company. Make sure that everything is consistent in terms of your name, address, and phone number. Everything needs to be the same across all of these websites, and there are many, many, many of them. And then actually spamming the city name in the company name. So there have been companies that would just say, not Bold Electric, but Bold Electric Generator and Panel Upgrades would be the company name. And this is something that people were doing, and it could actually help you with ranking. It can actually give you a temporary bump in increased ranking, but Google is going to get wise to this too. So long term, I would not recommend inserting these key terms into your business name unless it was your business name. Again, you can find a workaround for that. You can go get a DBA for Bold Electric Generator and Panel Upgrades, and that is your business name, and you can verify that with Google, and it's all good. But again, that juice may not be worth the squeeze if it's a bit too much of a runaround. So it's best to just keep it clean, your one business profile with the accurate company name, phone number, address across the internet. And now reviews. You have enough reviews across the web. So not just the Google profile, but reviews on Yelp or reviews on Facebook, and having, just having a few reviews on the Google profile and 100 reviews on Yelp and 200 reviews on Facebook. let's try to get everything spread out, right? Let's try to make sure that you take an active approach to getting to evening out your reviews and the testimonials that are coming in from your clients. So there are some things that you want to actually do to check to see where you're ranking on the internet, ranking in that local pack. Okay, you can use specific keywords, but you have to think beyond generators, generator repair, electrician services. You have to know a little bit more about, is it effective to see real results of our ranking using an incognito window? Yes, so that does work, and you can use these keywords. Sorry, Belton, thanks for your chat. But yes, you can use these keywords and you can run these searches. So, but like I said, you have to think beyond the generator and beyond the electrician and kind of do these searches. This could take weeks. Home standby generator installation. Where are you ranking? Generator installation near me. Where are you ranking? So you can't do that with an incognito window. You'd have to actually do that from those locations. But instead of near me, you could type in the town. So I'm here in Pompton Plains, and Wayne, New Jersey is right out in the outskirts of my town. Generator installation in Wayne, New Jersey. See where I rank. Standby generator in Wayne, New Jersey. You can do all those searches. You could see where you rank. You could see where you don't rank, and then now you kind of know, and where you might want to do a little extra work to try to get ranked in those different areas. And there's a lot of things you can do to do that. I will get into that too. Location specific, brand specific, any kind of additional keywords that we're seeing people are searching. Portable generator hookup. You want to see how you're ranking in some of the key terms that you don't want to be ranking for too. Maybe you are ranking for portable generator hookup and you don't do any kind of portable generator hookups. Whole house generator installation. People are also searching kind of long tail keywords too. Home generator system installation, or whole house generator, or whole house backup, things like that. If they don't really know, they might be typing in some of these longer tail key terms. Some of the service keywords that we're seeing, you could also do the service separate from the installation. Generator service in Wayne, New Jersey, or fix my generator, things like that. And then brand specific, repair, Generac, repair, Kohler, Briggs & Stratton, any kind of other brand that you want to fit in there. And you can do those searches and figure out where you can do that work. There's even some electrical service keywords that you want to put in here, recessed lighting or EV chargers installations. So because you may want to get ranked in these different areas too. And I would say for sure, you don't need to put any content on your site that you install ceiling fans or fix broken outlets, things like that. If you're going to start ranking for that stuff, you might end up getting a tremendous amount of volume of leads for some of these tiny jobs that you just don't want to do. You can leave that for the handyman. You can scan that code and download that keyword list. That'll just pop up a PDF. That's basically everything I just showed you, minus the electrical. But these are some keywords that you can use to check you see how you're ranking, things like that. And just so you guys know, and we're not at the end here, but just wanted to let you know that we have software that we use to run these kind of searches and to do these kind of extra analysis to show you where you're ranking, like that one graphic I showed you early on with all the little dots showing you where you're ranking in these different areas. We're happy to do this for you. This is a no charge service. You can just go to our acceleration session and give us all your business information and give us everything. Just fill out the form and we'll schedule a time to kind of review it with you, and if there's a possibility of us working together, great. If not, there's no pressure. We don't have a sales team here. So like I said, there's no pressure on that, but we do want to try to help you. And if showing you those results, Belton, if you wanted to work with us and just fill out that form, I'm happy to show you the results of all the different ranking in those areas. And just knowing that can help, awareness perceives change, right? So if you're aware that you're not ranking in these different areas, you're going to have probably the wherewithal to know what to do next to try to help you get into those areas. And just let me know if you want me to go back on that keyword QR code. And I want to show you our proven formula for getting ranked in the 3-pack. This isn't rocket science, and this is like maybe something that you can find out on the internet everywhere, but this is just something that we find works specifically really great with home service companies. Getting your Google business profile dialed in is first and foremost. We have to have that profile set up with all of your right information, all of the correct stuff, and then we have to build out citations to make sure it's consistent across the web. So all of these different websites are showing your information, and they're available as a search engine to people who use them, like Yelp is one of them. So we want to make sure that all of that is consistent. We want to make sure that there's a review strategy in place so you're getting reviews. And I'll talk about this in a little bit, but having reviews coming in on a regular, steady basis is probably the most important thing that you could do to getting yourself ranked in that local 3-pack. And then on-page SEO. If you want to rank in certain areas for certain services, make sure that those services are completely fleshed out on your site. You guys are the experts, right? So make sure that Google knows that you are the expert in and around your area for your services. So the business profile trust signals. So these are some things that Google is looking for. So Google is being attacked now by Bing and Yelp and all these other search engines that are trying to kind of get into that market. Granted, Google is more than 95% of what people are using, but now we're talking about AI, voice control with Amazon Alexa, with Siri, and having those other things coming into play are kind of threatening Google. So Google's whole mission is to make sure that they are providing you with the best possible result. And Google knows if you're good at what you do, and if people like what you do and you do a good job and you work well, Google knows all of this. So it's important to understand what Google uses to build out your profile with trust. And if Google trusts you, then you will get better ranking. So that's basically as simple as I can put it. Brand authority is important. The verification method used to be a postcard, just to make sure that you have a location, just to make sure that your place is verified. But now there's a secondary verification method. So getting double verified is actually a better check for Google. And if in your Google profile, there is a way to see your verification set up, to see if there's another way to verify. You might want to check that out, maybe get re-verified. They may require a video verification. We actually had to do this with a client who got suspended. He had to stand under the street sign with his video recorder. He had to walk back to his office where he had his car that was wrapped in his driveway, and walk into his office and actually sit down, showing that there's a place for customers to come and sit down, and there's a place where customers can't go. And so Google is getting very, very serious with this double verification. So it's not just about this postcard and email, it's all of these aspects. Total number of reviews. This is another very big trust signal. Like I said, 5-star reviews is great. Having hundreds of them is great. But like I said, the velocity of these reviews coming in is almost more important. So you're active out there, you're doing work, you're getting reviews on a consistent basis. We're talking maybe 1 review a week, 2 every other week, 5 a month, 10 every 2 months. This is a good velocity and can really help your ranking in the long term. Recently unsuspended is actually a good thing. So if you do have an issue with your GMB profile and then you go through your verification, you'll get, an immediate active bump in your ranking, because everything is now verified, and Google has now got you at the top of the results for a good amount of time. And then your back-end engagement. So this is kind of where home service companies sleep a little bit. That back-end engagement, so routinely uploading images, updating your information, setting up your holiday hours, replying to reviews, making posts on the Google profile, super important. This is like managing your Facebook page. This is like consistently reaching out to your clients and consistently building those trust signals with Google, and making sure that Google knows that you're always doing this stuff and you're always working, and things are constantly being updated. I'll show you a little bit of those. But Having that completed profile, store code, the logo, the cover images, all of this stuff, a completed profile that you are updating on a regular basis, this is where it's at. And then there's local link strategies. This can also help you tremendously with ranking. Specifically, you could do some local sports team scholarships. They link to your website. They link to your Google profile. That could also help you get business too, but that is a really good way to get some backlinks. You can host a local community event. You can create a local resource page. You can create a page on your website where it's like yourcompany.com/partners. And maybe you can link out to all of different companies that you work with. If you have who would you send if somebody was looking for plumbing and HVAC company, where would you send that person to? Or maybe a kitchen remodeler or something like that, something in the home services business where you can link out to, and maybe they can link back to you. But having that extra resource can help you with that local ranking. Even sponsor a scholarship. You can create a page on your website where you can have some students and families come in and read some information about a scholarship, and you can provide a scholarship to any kind of students that might apply. Gets you extra notoriety. It builds that trust. Gets you some extra popularity per se in different areas of the neighborhoods. You can pitch guest posts to local sites in your area too. It's all in the same thing. You can even work with a local church. You can get in their bulletin. They put a link back to your website too, and host an interview with a local celebrity, local newscaster, or a mayor, something like that. Build a podcast. That's just another way to get yourself ranked out there. So here's a quick instruction on claiming and optimizing your Google business profile. You guys may already have this set up and good to go, but if you don't, find yourself on Google. Make sure you have the login for your Google profile. It used to be called Google My Business. Make sure you have that login. That's like the keys to your kingdom. Update your company name to read your company name, not anything. Don't add any keywords or any kind of injected towns or anything like that into your company name. Keep everything consistent. Make sure everything's right and accurate. Add your website address. That's also another important inbound link. Use a local number. So you're probably working in a tri-state area, and 800 numbers don't typically do the trick with Google profile. Google would much rather see a local number. So that's another thing that you could do. Use a local address. No PO boxes. I don't even think you can even set that up with a PO box anyway. Upload photos, as many as possible. Personal photos, photos of your fleet, of your trucks outside, in the office, technicians, pictures of the actual generators, servicing generators, everything that you can. Whatever might resonate with people too, because people doing image searches may also see this come up, and it also helps with your ranking. And then make sure you list your hours of operation on a constant basis. And just so you know, this is kind of what this looks like. So there isn't an actual login to manage your profile. It almost looks like it's in search. When Google switched this over, this was a little hard to find. So I figured I would just throw this in here so you know what you're looking for. And then clicking that little down arrow, these are all the different things that you can do within the Google profile. Edit your profile. You can read and respond to reviews, messages. It'll give you a link where you can click that link and then copy the URL and send that to your happy customers and get those reviews. That makes things very easy for them. If they click that link, pops open a 5-star review box. They can just start typing in, did a great job, that kind of thing, and hit submit. So it works really well. This is the performance metrics. So performance will show you how many calls have come in, how many people have viewed your profile. There's a lot of different things that you can do within that performance area. This is a little screen that shows you all the reviews that are coming in, gives you the ability to reply to reviews. Very important that you do this, even if it's just a simple reply. There are some ways to do it. And I would say reply using their first name in the reply. So it's not just a copy and pasted reply that you use for everybody. Reply with their first name. and, say something about the job, hey, Jamie, I'm so happy that you're thrilled with your generator installation. It was great working with you and working with your town. Maybe say the town name, kind of work those keywords into your response too. Could really, really be great. And then here's an update, add an update. Do this multiple times a week if you can. Upload a photo, just install this 20 kW Generac in Wayne, New Jersey. That's your description. Add a button, get more information or learn more and have it linked back to your website or your generator installation page or your service page. That could be really good. Okay, Google Business Profile, your best practices. As I mentioned, and just a little bit of a duplication or a replication, but it's important to kind of remember the stuff and know it. Update your photos and add them on a constant basis. Leverage your Google posts by posting at least once every 90 days. I said maybe a couple times a week. I would rather do it a couple times a week. Respond to your reviews, answer questions that get posted, and even seed some of your own questions. There's a Q&A in there. Yeah, there's a Q&A on that menu, and that would pop up if people are asking specific questions. You can actually seed those questions yourself. You can go in there, type the question, type the answer, type the question, type the answer. Any kind of FAQs that you get on a regular basis, what does a generator cost? You kind of have to send them to your website for that answer, or give them some kind of general range or idea that, okay, well, we need to understand what size generator you need. We have to come out and see your location to understand what size generator you need. We have to see your location to see where your electric is, where your gas line is. There's a lot of factors coming into that. So you can put all of that in there in the answer when people are asking what kind of generator do I need, or how much does it cost? What kind of brands do you work with? This is probably a good one. A lot of people don't like Kohler. They just want Generac. A lot of people just want Kohler and not Generac. So these are questions that people might ask, and maybe this could help qualify your leads a little bit better and bring you the leads that you want. And then and then building citations and consistency with the NAP, the name, address, phone number, as I mentioned. To do all of this and to get this all dialed in, there are lots of citations across the web. You want that consistent reference of company name, address, and phone number, local phone number, limited duplicate or incorrect business information. You want to try to hunt those down and get rid of those bad ones that aren't working for you. And pay attention to data aggregators. So if you go into Yelp and update it, if you go into Google Profile and update it, if you go to Facebook and update it, if you find your profile on another site and you update it, you're doing this on a manual basis, these data aggregators will overwrite. If they're wrong, they will overwrite any work that you're doing. So it's important to perhaps use a service that will make sure it's consistent for you. We use Bright Local, Advice Local, Whitespark, Moz Local, or you can use Yext. These services will actually do this for you on a consistent basis and make sure that everything is in line across the web. You can go to Moz Local, click this link, type in your business information, and this will tell you where the inaccuracies are. This will tell you if, actually I have a screen for that. This will tell you, okay, 88% inaccurate listings. This will tell you that you're missing a phone number on Facebook. You're missing your phone number on White Pages. Everything's good on Yelp. Everything's good on Bing, good on Yahoo, missing in Foursquare. So this is a good indication of knowing where you're inaccurate. But this is also overall can give you negative points in ranking for Google. So the citations best practices in getting consistent across there. You can manually claim and optimize those on the optimized Google profile. You can use a tool like Yext or Bright Local or Moz for direct API to 50 of the top citation listings. Yext does 50, Bright Local might do more. We use Moz Local, does a really good job at keeping everything consistent. Get listed in those major data aggregators. You want to check out where your inconsistencies are and leverage these tools to help you do it. They're not typically expensive, but they are tools that typically agencies will use that you can utilize with them as well. some of these top citations, just to give you an idea: Google, Bing, Google Assistant, Alexa, Microsoft Cortana. I don't even know why that's in there. Google Maps, Waze, MapQuest, Better Business Bureau, Hot Frogs, Show Me Local, things like that. And the list goes on. And that software will make sure that you're consistent across all of those locations. So lots of real reviews. I can't stress this enough, that reviews are really, really important. 5-star reviews, 4.0 star reviews, 4 to 5-star reviews are fine. You can leverage tools for that too. They request reviews after every service call. You can do it at the service call. Leave a printed review card. You can train your text to plant the seed and deliver a world-class experience, right? So adding it to your process. When your texts go out, install a generator, the job is finished, get a review. They fill out the completed paperwork, they do all their checks, they do the load bank test, they do all that stuff, get a review. So it needs to be added to that process. You can make a call after the service call, walk them through that review process, email them a link. There's a lot that you can do, but in our experience, once the technician is gone, once the job is done, getting that review is so much harder. So you kind of have to work this into your process, so it's a consistent, ongoing thing. Build reviews and recognition into your company culture. Like I said, it's part of the job out there. Make it part of their job, and you'll see those reviews starting to come in on a regular basis. You can even hook up ServiceTitan to some of these different platforms, Nearby Now Home Services, Review Buzz. These guys will send out emails to your current customers from ServiceTitan, so that maybe you don't have to worry about it. This automation can help with you getting those reviews. So how these 4 to 5-star reviews help: they improve keyword rankings in the local pack. They increase the number of conversion that occur. So when you have a 4 rating with 5-star reviews, this will help people understand what you're doing great, and see what other people are saying about you. So it's a conversion tactic. Glowing reviews become marketing link opportunities, and you can just take those 5-star glowing reviews, copy and paste them into a Facebook page or an actual Google post or onto your website, so that you can make sure that getting as much exposure on those reviews, those great reviews, as you can. And it makes a local business appear more credible to current potential customers. So beyond the Google Maps, so we're trying to make sure that you're getting ranked in these local service, on the local pack. You want to make sure that you have a strong website with good content and a user experience, right? Mobile friendly. You have images of your team on there. You want to have video and pictures. This will help improve on-page time. People like to look at pictures. They like to watch videos. Pages for each of your services. Have a page for generator installation. Have a page for generator service and maintenance. Have a page for panel upgrades. Have a page for EV chargers, instead of just kind of putting it all on your homepage or one, our services page. And pages for cities that you serve. If you do generator installations in Wayne, have a page that says generator installations in Wayne, New Jersey. Don't copy and paste this stuff, but have a specific page for that. Do like a quick case study on a project you did in Wayne, mention some of the landmarks, some more information about generator installation, what it costs, how long it takes, any kind of issues with permits, things like that. You can work on these pages, and you can show Google that you're in and around these towns, and this can also help you rank in those areas. Unique content, like I said, and Nearby Now, to pass that heat map data to the city pages. There's software called Nearby Now that you can install on your technicians' phones. They take a quick photograph of your 20 kW install, and then they hit submit. It creates a geo-modified pin on Google Map to help Google understand that you're working in these other areas, and also post back to your website with the aggregate data, metadata on the picture. I know it sounds complicated, but check out Nearby Now. It's really, really great software. Unique, like I said, unique content on every page. Don't have any duplicate content. Keywords, your title tags, your H1 tags or heading 1 tags. Your web developer knows what all that is. You have one of those on a page. Meta description that sells the click. So when you're sharing a page what does it actually say on that share? Does it say your company name and who you are, or does it say generator installation by AJP Electric with some brief information on there? So that's the metadata that is carried over to any kind of link sharing, that kind of stuff. Your name, address, phone number in the footer. So have your phone number in the top right corner of your website, have all that information repeated in the footer. Make sure that there's no question as to how they can reach out to you. And a blog with ongoing updates and syndication. So creating a blog with the local weather situation, any kind of recent blackouts. Make sure you're repeating your keywords, you're repeating your towns that you want to work in, you're repeating everything that you do in your services in those blog posts will help you tremendously in that long run. Focus on page speed. So your website should load fast. Your website needs to be mobile responsive rather. Very user-friendly. Contact phone number, like I said, easy to figure out how to contact you. Nobody's coming to your website and spending tons of time reading through all your content. They're really just looking to make sure that you do what they're looking for you to do. There's good reviews. People are saying good things about you, and you're responsive. And where's the phone number, or where's that contact form? So those are the most important stuff. Off-page SEO, this is stuff that you do off the website. Claim and optimize your Google profile. You get lots of citations across the web. Build online reviews and leverage best-in-class tools, Nearby Now, Bird Eye, Review Buzz. Build authority links back to your website from the local towns, local sports, local websites linking back to your website. Strategic content syndication. So make a plan to write a blog post every month. Make a plan to create a local landing page every single month, and keep building onto that. And a simple blog post on your site doesn't cut it anymore. I'm gonna speed through this part because this is more of our SEO aspect and our content creation. But the signal generator approach, this is basically proving to Google that you are an authority an expert in your area. Google wants to know that you have expertise. This is quality, structured, and media-rich content. Your authority, if those links are published on different networks, doesn't have to be these, but it could be local networks, things like that. So if you create a blog post with really good content and have them link to it, hey, check out what AGP said about the recent blackouts or the recent outages, and link it back to that blog post. And trust. You want to pass the trust and the page rank with linked signals on your site. So you want Google to understand that you have all of these aspects. Here's like the quick SEO periodic table. This shows you the point structure of the ranking, what can help you, what can hurt you. So like quality, Google will give you 3 points for having quality content pages. Keyword stuffing. So if you create a page that just has generate, repair, if you put this on the footer of your website, like we did in the old days, maybe 2 decades ago, we were putting all those zip codes and all those towns in the footer of the site, you get negative points for that. So this is a really cool graphic to follow. I have this in a download for you. Here's some special local SEO ranking factors. Google uses different algorithms for these local searches. Like I said, this is a separate piece of it. But your proximity, how close is the place of business for the person searching? So if they're searching and they're from a town that's 45 minutes away, they may not likely find you. Use zip codes and geo coordinates in your content. You can use, that's from the check-in. So if you're using Nearby Now and you're checking in these different areas that you work, those signals go back to Google saying that, okay, you're working in these areas. And if this person happens to be in that area when they're searching, you're hopefully likely to come up. And relevance, how relevant is the search term for the business? Make sure that your keywords are dialed in on your website and all of your Google posts. And prominence, what's the authority of the local business? So brand mentions, link signals, number of reviews versus competitors. Look at your competitors and make sure that you've got more reviews than them. And if you don't, work to get there. So, and then here's everything you could do on your website, your Google profile, your website content, your signals. I'm gonna give that to you in a download. You set up a great website, get your keywords and geo modifiers in the titles of each of those pages, unique content in every page, leverage multimedia, get online reviews across the web, build your citations, post updated content on an ongoing basis, build links and authority, leverage your paid search to identify high converting keywords, generator installation in those towns that you're not exactly ranking for, run ads, run pay-per-click ads in those areas will help place you in those other pieces. So here is the SEO checklist. You can scan that and you can download the ultimate marketing SEO checklist for generator dealers. This will show you a little bit about your on-page, your off-page, your Google profile. This one has the point structure, reminders for the things that you could be doing. Let me know if you need to come back to that. And here's another resource for the Google Maps. This will have everything that we kind of just covered to make sure that you're checking off all of those boxes to get your location on the local pack. And as I mentioned before, SEO review and visibility scan, just reach out to us, fill out that form. We will run that report for you. We'll have a quick meeting. We'll show you where there's room for improvement, some more high-level stuff. Happy to get on a call with your marketing person or even your web guy, and kind of just give that high level to you and show you where there's room to work. And if you're interested in hearing about what we can do, what we're doing for some of our generator dealers, I'm happy to tell you about that. And if it works out, great. If we want to work together, that would be great. If not, like I said, is no pressure. And that's it. Almost an hour. This was long, but Google Maps, very important. As you can see, I hope you got some value from this. It was a lot of fun developing this slide deck. But I know this one's very, very important, especially because there's no pay-per-click aspect. This is everything you could do for yourself to get yourself that 44% of the lead flow coming in. So if you guys have any questions, or maybe I bored you to death and you're all sound asleep, but it's the downside of doing a webinar. But I hope this was valuable. So we're all good. So I'll see you guys next month. You're welcome, Belton. Thanks for your question.